My name is Robert Moore. I'm on Shop Talk with bdiamondleather.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
Sweet. Hey, tell us about what you got.
61 Volkswagen Beetle.
Okay.
Number matching car. It a buddy of mine found it out in the field and got it on the road, and then he had too many cars, and I said, well, I guess I could use another one. So it came home with me. That and it's the car that I've had when I prospected with the unlucky ones. This is my club car. Doesn't look like a lot's been done, but the 1200 in it has been rebuilt. That's bumped up to a 1385. It is running 1600 rockers in it, just so it revs out a little bit more. It's got custom exhaust. The ignition system's pretty much all new in it. Got a new 30-pick carb on it, so that's done. Transmission was just transaxle was just redone. In fact, that's so fresh that the interior is not in the car; it's sitting in the garage right now.
No one will judge you. Don't worry.
It's a, it's a riot. It's a fun little car. Byron's had me, chasing him inside the El Camino, doing 65, 70 on the highway, and it's a screamer. It's always been reliable. Only time that it seems to break is whenever I fix something on it, and it's my downfall.
That's true too.
But yeah, slight lowering on it. It's got a adjustable beam on the front. It's not narrowed. That's why the wheels are so tucked into the fender wells. Halo headlights, LED tail lights. I've got a couple of wheels in the garage so I can make the backs match the front and eventually throw the hubcaps on it.
Nice. So what's more of the plans for the car?
The plans for the car is, well, I got plans and I have dreams. So
they're all the same thing until they're executed, right?
Yeah. Eventually it'll get there. It doesn't need a ton of body work. The few areas that need to be fixed, I want to fix. Got some custom pieces that I want on it, as far as like trim and stuff like that goes. Eventually, this gray that's coming through about the whole car, I want to be that color.
Mm-hmm.
And then underneath the back, I want a little turbo motor that's hidden in a complete interior. But gray, hopefully red interior still. Just a more complete. I'd really like it to almost just give off hints of old Porsche. Mm-hmm. Just to make it something that you don't see every day. And with Volkswagen guys, it's been a great community. They've been, everybody I've dealt with has gone through and taught me a little bit more and more along the way, so I can't complain about it because
I dig it.
It is not my forte normally.
Tell us about what else you got going on. I see a project and a motorcycle in there.
Yeah, they're all in one. They're all projects. The bike, really, I don't have a lot to say about it. It needs some little things done to it. It's filthy. We just rode it out to, what is the name of that town that
Milford.
we went to? Milford.
Yep.
And it did a great job, except for just so you know, if you're heavy-handed like me, don't put cruise controls on it if it didn't come with it. It's a waste of damn time.
Amen.
Because I just mashed on the throttle too much, so that caved, and it's not a whole lot done to it. 2-in-1 exhaust, air ride on it. If you're on a Softail, do air ride. It, you know, with a touring bike, I don't think air ride's the way to go. With a Softail, that it's the meal ticket. It's the only shock that is worth the damn on 17 and older Softails.
Yeah.
This bike, it's a memory piece based on my mother, and eventually it'll be built out to something that really showcases my Texas roots a little bit.
Awesome.
Cleared up, not my project. This is my 8-year-old's car. That it is a '79 Mustang Cobra. Don't worry, that's just more Volkswagen parts. They're everywhere. '79 Mustang Cobra, 302 car, original V8. It needs a lot of love, a lot of body work. I actually I built a rifle some 3 years ago, 4 years ago now, and this kid down in southern Utah had this car, and it was just sitting in a field. I said, man, what's the chance you want to just trade straight across for a rifle? And he was like, yeah, man, I'm down for that. So he got me a title. He got a new AR, and I was 8 years old when I picked up my car. My kid is 8 years old when we picked up his car.
It's actually been a long time since I've ridden in a bug. A long time. So what got you into cars?
Well, I grew up the outskirts of Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Right by a drag strip called Royal Purple.
Okay.
So every Friday night, my whole life, they had street drags, and you know, I'd go out there when I was younger and watch people race, and you know, that's what made me want a Mustang when I first got my Mustang, and just spending more and more time out there, and you know, dated a chick back in middle school whose dad owned a couple rail cars, so
yep.
you know, I did the like junior rails with his son. So his son drove a car, I drove one of his rail cars, and his younger daughter actually drove one of the rail cars as well.
Oh, that's rad.
And you know, I was fortunate to always be around it, and it was always the racing aspect of it. And then I was raised by my stepdad named Jose, and you know, being around my cousins on his side of the family, you know, brought me into like a lot of Latin culture, so the lowrider scene and everything. By the time I was in middle school, I was like, okay, well, this is a different aspect. It's really cool. So
yeah,
you know, I just grew up around a little bit of everything whenever it came to cars. And Houston, well, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit ghetto sometimes. They have
sometimes.
Yeah, just sometimes. You know, it's not no El Paso, but they had a pretty good car scene.
Okay.
You know, they had fast cars. You know, they were, you know, back in, you know, late '90s, early 2000s. They were pumping out, you know, 1,000 horsepower plus cars. So
that's pretty good.
You know, and for those days, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it was through the roof. And don't get me wrong, like, you know, I've had some fast cars, but dude, nothing that can run with the big boys down there.
Yeah.
That's one of my goals for the Bug, is to make it run with the big boys. You know, 1,500 pound car. If I could get 300 to 350 horses, I think it'll run with most things on the street.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
You know, while I don't condone reckless driving and acting a fool on the street, I do condone spirited driving. Because, I mean, it's fun.
Railroad tracks.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, it's mainly just background that got me involved in them.
Okay.
That, and you know, the older I get, the more I find myself just surrounding myself with people that have the same interests, have the same hobbies. You know, I've got an amazing wife that backs my play on doing dumb shit like buying a 61 Volkswagen and prospecting for a car club and becoming a member and just just living life, which at the end of the day, that's all these old cars are about to me. If you watch the bike video, same thing. To me, it's about enjoying what you do with them and the people that you do it with.
100%.
You can do that. Life is too easy. Let all the other shit go away and don't stress it.
Yep.
But
So you said you're in a car club?
Yep.
What's the car club you're in?
Unlucky Ones, Junction City chapter. I'm the secretary for them.
So tell me about the Unlucky Ones.
They are honestly, they're a little bit of it's a bunch of misfits. They that's really the easiest way to put them. They're a group of guys that, honestly, if it weren't for the cuts, I wouldn't expect, at least with the chapter that I'm in, I wouldn't have expected all of those individuals to be part of one unit.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag of nuts. There's a whole bunch of different personalities, and they're family. Yep. Even with how different everybody is, they're family at the end of the day, and that's what matters. But they, I guarantee you, if you get every one of us from this chapter at least alone, you won't find two personalities that match up.
That's probably true.
You just don't. If you don't believe me, just look at the guy that's wearing green shorts driving a 61 Bug and the guy that's hosting the damn show.
That's true. We're both a part of the same car club and same chapter.
But it's crazy. We have so much that is different, and we have a lot that is the same as well. Yep. But outside peeking in, there's no way that you would guess that it's the same, man.
It is weird how it works out, isn't it?
It is, man. I wouldn't change a damn thing about it, though.
Me either. Not even a little bit. So, how old are you now?
I am 36.
36. So at 36 years old, what do you think you'd go back and tell your 9-year-old self? Because you've been through a lot, and 9 years old is about when it really seemed to start happening.
I was, nine was a very different portion of my life, and I did a lot of dumb shit in my younger years. I was fortunate, there's more than a few times that potentially could have caught a felony, allegedly, and
at 9.
At 9 I was doing dumb shit. Yeah. And then by the time that I was 13, 14, 14 I was pretty much out on my own and living life. 17 joined the Army. Honestly, if there's anything that I could tell myself is through all the hardship, all the struggle, the pain, honestly, just don't be in a hurry to grow up. Yeah. I started fucking. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse.
Everything but the F-bomb.
Oh, well, that's done.
I mean, you could say the F-bomb. I just have to bleep it out.
Oh, okay. So I started doing dumb shit at a really young age, and I was in a hurry to grow up. Being a product of my environment, some of that led to where I kind of had to grow up early. Yeah. And now that I'm an adult, and I'm looking back and I've got an 8-year-old now, I'm like, dude, the amount of adult stuff that I was doing at his age is just unacceptable.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want that to reflect on my parents, you know. But I was raised by my grandparents. I was, you know, addicts on both sides of that, and then just had a rough childhood.
Yeah.
But it formed me to be who I am, and you know, it also led to me going into the Army at an early age, which was actually following the footsteps of my grandfather, which was my role model. Sorry, going uphill in the Volkswagen, it's going to be loud.
And it's going to take us about 15 minutes.
He's not wrong. Yeah, that would be the one thing that I would say, which I try to be better as an adult.
Yeah.
Doing is just slow it down a little bit. You know, don't run through life. At the end of the day, if there's anything that I would say to me at 9, just slow it down, man. You know, I've worked on shrimp boats a lot. I've you know,
I heard there's all different kinds of shrimp.
There's not all different kinds.
I heard there is. I heard there's shrimp scampi, shrimp
this
cocktail.
guy. Oh, he wants to play that bubblegum shit on me. He's like, oh, you worked on a shrimp boat. Yeah, I get it. There's all different kinds of ways that you can make shrimp. You can do the same thing with steak, jackass. But that's neither here nor there. I wouldn't, whether you find me to be a really nice individual, or you find me to be an asshole, whatever you find it to be, isn't a factor on how I look at myself.
Yep.
Because of the struggles and the issues from my past, I am very proud of what I've accomplished in life and where I am currently.
Amen.
I'm, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm blessed. Somebody's looked out for me for many years throughout my childhood, throughout my time in the Army. You know, they're at the end of the day, I feel like I came out on top.
Yep. So, what things in life make you happy?
This, whether it's doing it with my club brother, or you know, if I'm doing it with my wife, you know, I'm all about family time. So
Yep.
anything I can do with my family, that's what makes me happy. I hate to do it. I know Byron can tell you the same thing. Whenever it comes down to it, if it's my family or this car, the car's got to go.
Yep.
Now, hopefully that's never the case, but
Foxy.
yeah, we're gonna. Hey,
It was yellow. It was still yellow.
Hit a yellow light.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was still yellow.
Because we picked up 3 miles an hour after I gunned it. If my family is gone, I don't know what it would take to find happiness.
Yeah.
Which my wife laughs because you know, we'll sit and you know, go watch a movie on the couch and just chill out.
Do you cry?
No, maybe that's not the point. So we'll watch a movie, chill out, and she'll fall asleep on the couch watching a movie. I don't know why, but she gets comfy, and next thing you know, she's out. And she's an insomniac, so anytime she sleeps, I try not to wake her up.
Yep.
You know, because I'm like, man, she's actually sleeping. Actually, I'm going uphill. I'm not going to do that. So she'll go sleep on the couch, and next morning she'll wake up and she'll be like, why didn't you go to bed? Because you know, instead of moving her, I'll just fall asleep on the floor next to the couch.
Yeah.
Just so I could be close to her. And you know, that's just my mentality. I find comfort being around.
So, what's some life advice you could give those watching that you already haven't talked about?
Well, not to lead anybody in a particular way in life, but if you're a younger person watching, you go in and you hit a recruiting station and start your life off that way because you want a little bit of an adventure to see the world, honorable career, I highly recommend something that I personally regret from my time in the military. Was after 8 years, I got out. If you're going to go in, if you re-enlist past that 4-year mark and you do 8 years, just remember 12 more years you're retired.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's, once you get our age, that's a fart in the wind.
Well, I mean, to put it into perspective, if I'd stayed in the military, next year I would be retired.
Yep. We're getting to the portion of shop talk where we're kind of coming to the end. But this is where I do what's calling out the red carpet. I allow you to talk about anything you want to talk about. If you have something coming up that you're putting on, or you have something going on in your life, or just something you might want to bring up and talk about that we haven't talked about, now's your time.
Well, I absolutely suck at dates without me actually looking at my calendar. So you might have to correct me if I'm wrong on some of them. But you know, what day is it we have Down and Dirty coming up?
I believe that is August 24th in Salt Lake at the Magna Park.
Yeah, so we have that coming up, and this will be there. You know, it'll definitely be there. We have JCC coming up August 31st.
Yep.
Hopefully behind your shop.
Yep, here in Ogden.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of car shows that are coming up in general that honestly, go out, support the community. You know, if you're watching this conversation, then you're the right kind of person to show up to any of these events.
Yep.
You know, so go out and you know, show everybody that's a part of that community a little bit of love, and honestly, you'd be surprised. Hopefully, you get out there with family or friends and make your own memories happen. But I definitely I recommend it. You know, if it's your scene, by all means.
Well, in both of the Down and Dirty Car Show and the Junction City Classic Car Show, both of them are open to all makes and models of vehicles. Yes. So it's not just vintage, it's anything. Come on out and support your local community and support your local car club, the Unlucky Ones Car Club.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a 2019 STI, by all means, bring it out.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what it is. It's about car culture, not just classic car culture. Like it's encompassing of everything. With me and some other individuals, it may not even pertain just to cars. You know, you've got the bike life that I personally enjoy a lot. It's one of my forms of therapy, and honestly, it's way less stressful than driving this thing, because I hit anything in this and it's like, oh, yep, that's going to be body work.
Yep, that's true.
Versus my bike, I don't even care. If I hit something in it, cool.
But with that being said, I appreciate everybody that's been supporting the channel. Continue to support and watch our videos. If you feel so inclined and want to be the Rad One of the Week, make sure that you like and subscribe. And with that being said, I'm Byron. This is my brother Robert. You're on Shop Talk with 𝐵𝐷iamondleather. Have a rad week, everybody.
Have a rad weekend. And
Everything that happens is motivation.
honestly, you know, there wasn't probably the dumbest shit I ever did in the military was got drunk outside of Anchorage, Alaska.
On root beer?
Yeah, we'll go with that. At least half of that was in it. And we were getting turned up, and somebody decided to say, "Hey, I bet you could lasso a moose." And Turns out you can lasso a moose, and if you jump backwards off of a branch to get said moose to hold still, he would just drag you over that branch. So don't lasso a moose.